New by the government guide on fracking is illegal, the top trial has controlled. Campaigning teams say fracking reasoned how the by the government had not deliberate the newest research testimony while formulating its politics. Ministers include been counseling councils how gas of fracking in their region would assist fight environment changing. But a magistrate found how the by the government had unsuccessful to believe the newest testimony. Judiciary pigeon controlled how content of say fracking, and in special their research testimony as outlined in their advice answer, was never in reality deliberate pertinent or undertaken in expense while formulating the fixed politics. He as well controlled how the by the government had illegally unsuccessful to conduct out a legal social advice while the politics was fixed. The judgment applies to England just. Claire Stevenson, who driven the complaint on name of say fracking, told, "We are impressed how the trial has coordinated in portion in our arguments how the by the government's politics on fracking is illegal. The by the government include continuously desired to disregard social view on fracking, in spite the insurmountable opposition on a domestic standard. It adds how planner authorities should place in location policies to promote their research and production." Next the governing, a representative of the Division of Habitation, Communities and Regional by the government told, "We mention the judgment in the instance driven by say fracking, and will now believe our following stairs. Ecological protections are at the cardiac of our new planner rule book, installation precise consumer expectations for next growth. Fracking is the trial of drill downward in the land up a top pressure water supply mix is aimed at the fate to produce the gas within. Water supply, grit and chemical substances are injected in the fate at top blood pressure that allows the gas to stream out to the chief of the so. Fracking allows drill firms to accessing hard to reach asset of oil and natural gas. But campaigners say fracking is diverting power firms and governments of putting in revolving source of power. Say fracking reasoned how ministers had unsuccessful to get in expense the newest testimony that it told grown question above fracking's cheap carbon sequestration authorities. Ash Blacksmith, lawyer of Lea Day presenting say fracking, told, which is precise of the judgment is how the by the government has to hold environment changing scientific by overview while formulating fracking policies in an outdoor and translucent path. It's not precise which happens following on the question, but it's surely confusing for the by the government's regional by the government division how put out the consultation. And it's else failure for ministers who include monitored the popular of fracking slideshow in the view polls. Fracking in the UK is certainly potential nice for several things, the balance sheet of payments, and tax rental income to the treasury. It's as well a reduce carbon gas rather than charcoal. But the compare is proper more inappropriate as charcoal is managed off the generative framework.